Good morning and welcome to another video by Rideshare UK, the channel that gets under the skin of Uber. Right, on today's video, I want to be answering a couple of questions I've been getting. Well, loads of questions really, but I'll just do a couple on this video that you guys has been asking, on YouTube, Facebook and all that sort of social media arena. Now, first one, well, I won't give who I was asking, saying, do I give any feedbacks to Uber? And the second questions I'll be answering is, do I do long distances for Uber as well? Okay, so let's start with the first one. Do I give Uber feedbacks? Now, I used to give Uber feedbacks, but I don't do it anymore. Uber always wants drivers and his riders, to give feedbacks. And because the case they would use we want to improve our service, and if you don't tell us what needs improving, we wouldn't know, and hence the reason they would ask you to actually provide a feedback. You get it on your notification, your app, you get it on your email, whatever it is, they want your feedback. And the reason I don't actually do it anymore, because things have changed recently, and that's mainly since Uber has become a public company. Shareholders, stakeholders, whatever you want to call them, are driven by results and the profits. Now, Uber's share price have collapsed by over 50%, so any early investors would have had their fingers burnt. And I feel that any valid feedback is looked upon to see if there's any money to be actually made out of. And what I mean by that is, let's just use a example. If I said to Uber, look, why don't you actually charge 50p for extra drop-offs, when we stop, even 20p, whatever it is, as an example, this is, and Uber might look at this and say, well, you know what, this doesn't sound too bad, let's do something about this. We could actually charge an extra 20p or 50p, whatever it is, per drop off, and and add them up. You are looking at a good margin. Now, but here is the problem, and here's how we, the drivers providing the feedback, lose out. Uber might implement that, but they will refuse to pass that on to the drivers. And because we're all on a fixed rate. So I feel that, by giving any feedback, this doesn't benefit us at all. If anything, they'll be looking at it slightly differently. But if you guys insist of giving feedbacks, there's people who just love giving feedbacks. You could actually do by paid surveys. Uber carry a lot of these. I've done a few as well. They pay you, I think, about £50 for a 30-minute consultation. But the thing I'm trying to say here, don't give it free. Whatever, you might have the best idea, just keep it to yourself, because believe me, you will not gain anything from that. Or us, if you believe that the drivers could benefit from it as well, they're not going to pass that on. So I hope I answered the question. That's the reason I don't provide any feedback to Uber whatsoever, unless I get paid for it, of course. Right, second question. Do I do long distances? Okay, so we've all seen this. A good job comes out and you think, 130-mile job, and it's only paying you, £132 or something like that. Look, I do these long distances. I'm not going to lie to you, but there's few criterias that has to be met before I actually accept that job. So you got to think quick, because them jobs ain't going to be there quickly. Firstly, I got to say, you got to be doing this kind of long distances if you are a guy who likes experimenting things, because you have to make these long distances worthwhile. They will not be worthwhile if you just dropped off and come back. Prices for long distances are priced really badly, but there's drivers out there who'd like to like to do these kind of jobs, and it could be for any reason really. Um, Firstly, it could be something, you probably want to go to that area you haven't been to, so that's one of the reasons you want to go down there. And there's you probably, like a long drive. Why not do one of these jobs? And if it could make you worthwhile, you probably just need to do one of these jobs, as a one-off, and it'll pay you for your whole day's work is done. Going to different areas. So there's a whole host of reasons why you would, as a driver, do one of these jobs. But how do we actually make it worthwhile? And what I want to say is, I've done the way I work it is, I've divided this into a few criteria that has to be met. Firstly, so the first one I always think is, like, if I get a job and it's going someplace, will I get a job down there? Now, that has been significantly reduced by Uber when they actually divided the whole country into, I think it was 9 first, I think 7 now, or whatever it is. They're divided into different segments. So will I get a job in that segment where I drop off? If I don't get a job down there, I'm not going to do it, because it's just not worth doing it. Believe me, the stress and everything you might get involved with doing that particular job, you will just wish you never took it on. Second criteria, this is quite important. You have to be prepared to work in that area where you drop off. Now, the main reason for that is, let me just turn this off. I forget accepting it. Is mainly to recover your fuel cost. That is the main priority. If you're going to waste £50 or £60 if it's quite a long distance, you want to make sure that money is recovered, and that money is recovered where you drop off. So it's important. There's work available, and you're prepared to actually work down there. If you're not going to work to recover the fuel cost, just stay in your own city and just work. You'll be better off, believe me. And the third thing as well is, don't take these jobs on if they come on the latter stages of your working shift. So if you got about 2 or 3 hours to do, don't take them on, because the chances are you're not going to be doing criteria 1, and you're not going to be doing criteria 2 as well, because you're going to be, and especially some of these cities you go to, you'll struggle, and you need your full attention. And if you're struggling, if you're already done a 10-hour shift, and you're taking one of these long distances on, obviously you'll be making a loss because you won't be working down there, but the level of concentration will drop. So make sure you do it in the first segment of your working hours. And that's it really. The other good thing is Bolt is also in the frame. Bolt has a open rank policy. You could basically work anywhere in the country. So also, for instance, for what I'm saying is, if there's people who are for all of us who are outside London, for instance, if we get a job to London before Bolt was available, you probably wouldn't take a job to London, because you knew you couldn't work down there, and it's a headache and all that sort of thing. But now, there's an opportunity for you to actually you could turn the Uber app off, but you won't get any jobs anyway. But they put the Bolt on. So Bolt has provided a bit more flexibility to the whole working long distances. But again, check where Bolt is available or not. Anyway, I wanted to just do this quick question and answers, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye now.